All right, lights are out on the speedway. Once again, we'll try it off of corner number 4 to see if Grabowski and Sheets can lead them through and complete our first lap here tonight of Last Chance race number 2. Graybo and Sheets, here we go. Yellow's out once again on the start for a couple cars sitting down here off of corner number 4.
Come on, guys, I don't want to have a bunch of yellows. I'm going to cut laps.
Leader still in the 25P and the 5 of Shane Sprinkle getting together at the start of this one. Those two drivers able to drive away. We'll see if they can stay out on the field. Of course, they'll have to go tail back once again, looking for that complete restart. Lon, another thing that's going to certainly come up here tonight is this 100-lap event that we're going to cap the night off with here tonight. Now, a few of these drivers have ran 100-lap events, but if you look at the front of the field here, there's 3 veteran late model drivers who have all had 100-lap experiences. How do you think that's going to play out later this evening?
I think it'll be just fine, and I'm not worried about these other guys. I think they got enough gumption left in them. For 10 grand, they're going to have to. We're going to find out where the weak links are and swing it back in the way.
All right, once again, at the start, everybody gets through the front straightaway, looking good down in 1 and 2. So Graybo brings him down into the corner. He'll try to complete lap number 1. Up on that high side, Jordan Grabowski leads lap 1. So Graybo using the upstairs, took the elevator to the top. He's staying there, but he bleeds along. Craig Thatcher in that number 91 up into that second spot. John Sheets now slips back to the 3rd position. Dan Hilsenbeck looking strong here tonight in that nice looking green machine 22D, currently sitting in the 4th position. That's Dan Hilsenbeck. Erickson now into that 5th spot. He's looking good so far. If we can take the top 6. Once again, top 6 moving on. Once again, turn 4, our action area here tonight. Turn 4 yellow flies. Lanterman, Trevor Hunt, Chase Sick, and Rick Mirko were the drivers who transferred from our opening Last Chance qualifier to make it to the Last Chance races here tonight. We'll keep an eye on their progress as they try to get up inside that top 6. Delaware double file restart. Graybo's on the gas, and we are racing once again. Way up on the high side goes John Sheets to try to take back that 2nd spot from Craig Thatcher in that 91. One of the best battles on the speedway right there for the runner-up spot. We got trouble once again. Several cars involved. It's the Talladega big one down here off of corner number 4. Several drivers able to keep going, so officials will be checking over the field here to see who stopped and who didn't without contact. One more time. Drivers will search around, hit their marks, and try to figure out a new way around the Humboldt Speedway here tonight. The high side seems to be one of the preferred lines here tonight. Just a few drivers braving that low end. Grabowski, Thatcher, Sheets, no change inside the top 5. On back behind them, great racing action here to sort out the 6th and final transfer positions. Corey Dripps and Daniel Hilsenbeck now battling out. John Sheets is in the wall on the back straightaway. He will not want to do that again as he slips into the clutches of the battle for 5th and 6th. Now we have problems here with Corey Dripps in the 31. Tough break there for Daniel Hilsenbeck, who was inside of the top 6. He had nowhere to go when Corey Dripps' car suffered mechanical problems there coming into corner 3. He was trying to get off the track, and poor Dan Hilsenbeck had nowhere to go, and Hilsenbeck refires a machine. He's able to drive away, but Corey Dribbs' night comes to an end here. He did have a transfer position. Tough night there for the 31 of Corey Dribbs. Correction on the laps down. Now 8 laps complete, 12 remain. The green flag set to fly once again. And George Grabowski immediately goes back to work up on that high side. He'll bring the 91 of Greg Thatcher with him. John Sheets doing everything he can to hang on inside that top 3. Dan Hilsenbeck right there in that 4th position begins to put the pressure on John Sheets. Sheets in that 3rd position. Now the top 4 begin to pull away from Eddie Martin in that 5th position. Halfway that time, 10 down, 10 to go. So just past halfway now, Grabo begins to pull away from Thatcher. It's a 4-car breakaway from the 5th and 6th battle. Joey Galloway right there. Now Jim Body now the man on the move. Body up inside the top 6. He'll certainly want to hang on there, but he's battling side by side with Joey Galloway out of Manor, Saskatchewan, Canada. Trying to hang on to our 6th and final transfer spot. Here hitting their marks as they need to maintain that top 6 position. Just 6 laps to go. Just as I say that, we got a battle up front now as Craig Thatcher in that 91 has caught and put the pressure on Jordan Grabowski. Great battle up here. Grabo gets way up high. New leader at the line, possibly? No, Grabowski pulls the crossover move. Just a handful of laps to go, about 5 laps remaining. John Sheets way up high as he watches the battle. Great battle here between Thatcher and Grabowski up front. Again, Grabowski up on the high side. Maintains that lead. 4 to go. Mark Johnson trying to get up in the mix, just can't get that 85D to the front tonight, having a lot of problems back there. Meyer deep in the field. 3 to go for Grabowski, Thatcher, Sheets, Hilsenbeck, and Jim Body and Joey Galloway. Your top 6, Eddie Martin, Jesse Willard, 7 and 8. Outside looking in so far, 2 to go. The white flag set to fly this time around. Jordan Grabowski brings the 30 car up on the high side. He brings it off the floor. Ryan Staley waves the white flag. One more circuit around Humboldt Speedway. 1 to go. For the final time, down the back straightaway, up on the high side, in corner number 3, Jordan Grabowski brings it around. He brings Thatcher and Sheets with him. Your winner, last chance number 2, Grabo, followed by Craig Thatcher, John Sheets in the 8. Hilsenbeck, Jim Body, and Joey Galloway will round out your top 6. Woo! Is this track lightning fast up on the high side, and Jordan Grabowski put a clinic on up there, Lon. What a great victory for him.
That was an awesome race. He and Thatcher both went back and forth, never laid a wheel on each other. An awesome race to move on.
Second row on the inside, Bobby Malchus will be in the 4M machine to the outside. Austin Siebert, we know one young fan rooting him on here tonight, in the number 16. Third row on the inside, Lucas Schott in the 69 machine to his outside will be Joey Jensen in the V2. Fourth row on the inside, Dale Matheson in the 9M machine is alongside of him, Jackie Dalton in the 21. Fifth row on the inside looks like this, Brian Rowland in the 20R machine along with John Tesh, tonight driver of the number 2 machine. Stephen Muhlenberg out of Springfield, Missouri down there in the number 33 car. Inside of row 6 to his outside, Logan Martin in the 36M. Now, our transfer cars from our earlier last chance races are in row number 7, Josh Angst in the 99 to his outside, Jordan Grabowski in the 30. Johnny Allen, pilot in the number 98, is on the inside of row number 8 to his outside, Craig Thatcher in the 91. Travis Smith will be in the 48S along with John Sheets in the 8S, row number 9. Row 10, Lucas Conley in the 17 machine alongside of him, Daniel Hilsebeck in the 22D. The 11th row makes up is Michael Maggart in the 160M along with Jim Body in the 71. Our 12th and final row, Philip Houston in the 71 along with Joey Galloway in the 01. This is our C main event, 20 big laps. Half of the field will transfer on here tonight.
Not filming this one? Trent has. They're not gonna film it all the way. Recap. We did the C last year, man. It didn't do shit.
Really? Stormy's in this one, you might get a couple.
That's why. That's the reason I'm filming it.
Yeah.
Then we go back and run the second P1 PG.
33 Muhlenberg, you're behind the 20.
So once again, our C main event, and then we'll roll right back into our Ironman B modifieds for their second B main event, and then the B main for the USMTS. But before we get there, 12 of these drivers will battle it out, compete for a top 12 position. Last year's defending King of America champion is your outside pole sitter, Stormy Scott, trying to make his way inside the top 12 to move on to the B. He'll have a long road in front of him if he transfers out of the C main. But make no mistake about it, there's one driver here tonight that can get that job done. It would be Stormy Scott in the 2S.
Okay, guys, we're going to go. Lights are going down. Top 12 to the A, or top 12 will move on to the B. Once again, I want to thank you all for coming. Good luck. Give me a good start coming up. 3, 4.
All right, Todd Staley thanking the guys for coming. Tell them to get ready. Off of quarter number 4, we are going to be racing it. Here we go. Sparks flying already with everybody trying to get to the front. It's a 3-car battle up front with Justin Rexwinkle, Stormy Scott, and the 4M of Bobby Malches coming around to complete lap number 1. Who will it be coming around? Rexwinkle. Several cars jockey for position deep in the field, and one car up against the wall here off the top of turn 4, Stephen Muhlenberg in the 33. Muhlenberg involved in our first caution here. Drivers being instructed to get single file so we can get them realigned.
16,
12.
20 yard, 21, 2, 99, 9M,
One lap in, right?
36, 98, 30,
Can you see the lap counter?
48S, 91, 8S.
Bottom left.
8S, 160M.
It'll have a number over the top
All
if
back,
it's complete.
160M. One lap. 22D.
One lap officially scored so far. One lap officially scored of our 20 laps. So Justin Rexwinkle up on that high side trying to get that car moving. Stormy Scott, Bobby Malches. The 69 of Lucas Schott back there in the 5th position. Joey Jensen trying to come to the front. The B2. Austin Siebert currently sitting in the 5th spot in the number 16 Kenny Style GRT.
Next time by, we're going to go. Next time by, we'll go. Next time.
All right, Ryan Staley, we point that flag to the sky, signifying next time around we'll be going back to green flag action. You can kind of check it out. We're searching these guys out. If you're watching your driver, pay attention to the lines they're using. They're probably searching some things out here. The track will change here a little bit as we go on through the night, but these drivers got to search it out early on to see what line works best for them. And you'll definitely see those drivers behind your leader. The 23 of Justin Rexwinkle trying to figure out what works best for them. Rexwinkle was a little bit sideways that previous lap coming out of 4. We'll see what happens to him this time around as we get set to go back. One more time, green is out. Stormy Scott wastes no time in the 2 less loose rough. He will take command of this one as they bring him off of corner number 4, barely missing the Uke tire. Stormy Scott, your leader. Johnny Allen Meyer back there in our 13th position, just one car in front of him before he makes it inside the top 12. He transferred on from that earlier last chance race. Johnny Allen trying to move up through the field here tonight. Stormy Scott begins to pull away from Justin Rexwinkle, who begins to pull away from the 4M of Bobby Malches. Austin Siebert down low now for third. Good battle here off of 4. Malches just barely hanging on. Austin Siebert with a power move, though, down on the low side with the 16 up into that third spot. Now Austin Siebert takes the spot. Now, if you're keeping track of the top 12, if you're looking at for the top 12, Johnny Allen is your 12th and final transfer car at this point in time. Logan Martin doing a good job there, currently inside the top 10, 11. Currently running 11th, just behind him, John Allen. Again, your 12th and final transfer car thus far. 6 laps in the books, 14 to go. Stormy Scott is on a rail here tonight, pulling away from Justin Rexwinkle, pulling away from Austin Siebert. Siebert now trying to pull away from the rest of the field as well. Rowland now takes over that 5th spot. Rowland started this race in 9th, so Brian Rowland able to gain 4 positions here as we get deeper and deeper into this one. Not much change there inside the top 12. Again, John Allen right now, your cutoff car. Just as I say that, Craig Thatcher takes over that 12th position. So Johnny Allen now on the outside looking in, way down on the low side. He's under fire again from deep in the field as another car gets around him up on that high side. Josh Angst goes around. Johnny Allen now slips back to the 14th spot. Is that halfway right there? Yellow is out, top of turn 2. We got big problems up here in corners 1 and 2.
99, all by himself.
99 and 30.
Jordan Grabowski in the 30 and the 99 of Josh Angst get together up here in corner 1 and 2. But the 30 of Jordan Grabowski will be getting his spot back as he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So Grabo will get his spot back on this restart. 10 down, right, Jeff? 12. 12? Trying to keep up and announce at the same time. Ain't working. All right, green is out. Once again, Stormy Scott brings him down to the line. Austin Siebert with a great run now down on that low side. Can Siebert get down on that low side and make it work? He pulls up there and takes over the 2nd spot. Great run by Jackie Dalton. Now Jackie Dalton up there mixing it up inside the top 5. They bring it off of 4. Stormy Scott, Austin Siebert, and Rexwinkle, your top 3. Lucas shot down there on the low side, trying to make his way up through the field. Austin Siebert has that 2nd spot. Justin Rexwinkle wants it back. Jackie Dalton up there. Joey Jensen up here as well inside the top 6. But Jackie Dalton now has problems in the 21. Several drivers have to take evasive action to try to get around. Now Johnny Allen gets in trouble. We have debris on the speedway and the yellow flag is out. Something amiss on the 21 of Jackie Dalton. Johnny Allen not able to get it woe down in time, and we have debris on the speedway. Yellow flag flies once again.
You're going to have to go the tail. You were broke or something. That's why I went through the yellow for with the 21 car.
14 down. Right. Drivers to move on. They'll have to head back to the pits quickly, make whatever changes they need to make, and then get back out here before much longer for that B main event. Once again, 14 down, 6 to go. Looking for the green flag. We have it, and we are back underway. big time problems on the restart. We have debris down the front straightaway scattered all throughout. Off of the 21, again, tough break there for Dalton in the 21.
I didn't even see
Cars
what happened. I mean, I was
jumbled up back here. Jordan Grabowski, Daniel Hilsebeck involved in the 22. Grabowski in the 30.
I don't know yet. Depends how long these take. It might be a quick one. I don't know if we're going to do anything with the track.
So our USRA officials doing great work out there tonight, picking up there. You can see a battery on the front straightaway.
What did he do?
Wheel hubs, all sorts of parts and
What did he
pieces.
do, Rex?
Not something you see every day, and you don't want to see land on Speedway a battery or anything like that. But our track crew takes care of that nonetheless.
All these weird formats that don't work with computers.
Green is out one more time, trying to finish it up. 6 to go. Handful of laps remain. Stormy Scott well in control of this one. Good battle on the speedway between Austin Siebert and Justin Rexwinkle for that runner-up spot. They're still side by side. Joey Jensen, Lucas Schott, Brian Rowland, John Tesh. Now Brian Rowland way up on the high side, sends the sparks flying. Malkus back there in the 4M hanging on to a transfer position. Nearly clips the Ute tire coming off the corner. Johnny Allen now has made his way back into a transfer spot, as well as Craig Thatcher. Jordan Grabowski deep in the field. Logan Martin back there. Those two cars on the bubble. We'll see how it all shakes out. Couple more laps to go. The white flag flies next time around. Austin Siebert now slips back, but he's able to get a good run. Now as Rexwinkle got a little bit too high coming off a tour. 4. And Stormy Scott will take the white flag one time around. Full straightaway length advantage over the second place battle. Rexwinkle, Siebert, Jensen, Schott, John Test. Anybody's game back there for that second position. Great battle. A preview of what we're set to see here tonight. But your winner of the C-Main is Stormy Scott in the 2S. Rexwinkle, Siebert, Schott, Jensen, Tesh, Rowland, Thatcher, Malkus, Allen, Sheets, Logan Martin. Your top 12 here tonight. So an exciting way to finish up our C-Main action here tonight with Stormy Scott, commanding leader of that particular race, and he will move on to that B-Main event. We'll have to keep an eye on him as he will start inside of row number 7 in that B-Main.
2S, 23, 16, 69 feet.
The road in Iowa will set the pace here in our B feature. Ron Jones out of Princeton, Minnesota, a 77K car with Darren Fuqua, Vito Gallardo, Terry Schultz, Ramirez, Buck, Tillotson, Schrock, and Dotson. Where will 12 be to move on to the A main? We're underway. Into turn 1, driving off of turn 2. They pair up like peas to a pond, and now they begin to sort out as they come for lap number 1 here tonight. It will be Ron Jones, your leader. Ron Jones on the top side, Justin Polk on the bottom. Vito Gallardo, that J17 runs in 3rd. As we look back to 4th place is Derek Ramirez with Darren Fuqua in 5th. In car 87. Tom Tillotson in 6th. Terry Schultz in 8th. Brad Buck, Kelly Shryock. Counting back to 12. We see the Rocket Rodney Sanders in car 20. Jason Cummins directly ahead of him in the 71 car. And trying to find their way forward here tonight to make the top 12 to get in the big dance.
on the 36M of Logan Morton was airborne as much as you were up in that helicopter on that one. A scary moment over there, but he's able to drive away. But nonetheless, the first yellow flag of the night flies at 5 laps down.
5 down, 15 remaining. As we said, come back to the top 12 as Jones, Gallardo, Fuqua, Ramirez, Tillinson, Schultz, Shryock, Buck. Then comes the 71, Jason Cummins, and if I'm counting right, the 20 of Rodney Sanders would make our top 12 right now. The lull before the storm here tonight. And we have dodged the weather clouds all day long here at Humboldt Speedway. We're now ready. As Ron Jones hits the mark off of turn 4, brings his field back to life. Jones way up the hill, but keeps a big charge momentum as Folk now battles alongside. There's Gallardo and Vito making a move here tonight. Fuqua into 4th. 5th place you see. Looking back, here comes Schrock with Tillinson now in car 85. Schrock in 3. Terry Schultz in car number 90. Top 12 positions here this evening. Contact down in turn number 4. And it was here in Fuqua. Fuqua pays the price so much for top 12 anymore. He scoots past the tire, and look at this battle up front. Here comes Folk back. Justin Folk in car 6 with Ron Jones. Gallardo, Ramirez, Kelly Shryock, Tom Tillinson. Back into number 6 spot, 7th is Terry Schultz, 8th now is Rodney Sanders, 9th is Stormy Scott, Brad Buck in the 22 car, and there goes Folk. And we have a caution flag displayed as our pole sitter from Iowa. Well,
We got a bunch of oil right up here coming out.
that oil you can see poured down the front straightaway as he dived it down the infield, but that will warrant a caution flag to get that rolled in. And what a tough night for Justin Folk, one of the locals, again here at Humboldt Speedway. It's his chance for the King of America Championship. Again, all up in smoke here in our beat feature.
Let's go, guys. Run through the oil down there. Run through the oil. Gotta get down. Gotta get down.
Caution light again is out. Ryan Staley launches as they come off a turn 4, and Ron Jones brings them back to the green flag. Gallardo in that bottom group. Look at that J17 coming up, and he's battling with Ron Jones now for the lead. Jones way up top with the momentum, and there's 3 wide as they come to the start line. Derek Ramirez parts the seat. Jones is sparking it up like the 4th of July, and you've got a new leader. It's a G17 of Vito Gallardo out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, but yeah, don't go anywhere yet. Here comes the Tijuana taxi. Derek Ramirez out of Woodward, Oklahoma, and look out. Now we're going to stuff them up and stack them like cordwood. Brad Buck is there. We have got cars flying all over. Get down in turn number 1. Jensen involved, Austin Siebert into 16.
98, 8S.
98 car, John Allen. The 8S car.
John
Involved here tonight, John Sheets. And again,
Brad Buck,
a
22.
major mishap, Brad Buck in the 22 car. And we will settle this one again here tonight. Less a few cars. Unfortunately, the Kenny's Tile car 16, Austin Siebert, hitched up against the retaining wall between turns 1 and 2.
Stop right here. Stop right here. Just stop. Just stop.
Hit the bathroom and I'll take over.
So Derek Ramirez is shown as your leader. Vito Gallardo in 2nd, Kelly Schrock in 3rd, Ron Jones in 4th, Tom Tillinson 5th. 6 is Rodney Sanders, Stormy Scott, and you see Terry Schultz in 90, Jason Cummins in a 71 car.
Okay, it'll be
As we look farther back into it, Matt Dotson in the 88D. Then you see car number 91, Greg Thatcher. And as we will take 12.
20, 2S 90, 71, 69.
Redbone Fishing Rental, Derek Ramirez on the
Should have your
pole.
top 12 cars
On
for
the
hot
point.
laps, and then we'll go right into the A main. We won't be taking the winner mission, I can tell you that.
He will set the pace of Hughes Chassis Pro Power. Vito Gallardo directly behind.
12 down,
And then
Todd.
G17, 12 down, 8 laps remaining. Green flag displayed to the field again, and here we go. Jones way up the hill. That car will not stick, and he is committed.
4 wide.
Pretty much uncommitted to that high side. It's a 3 wide. Again, here comes Jensen off of turn 4. John Allen is there to 98. Then you see that 91 of Craig Thatcher. And right now, John Allen in car number 98 in that final transfer spot. And look at Stormy Scott.
Whoa.
My goodness, started back in 13th on this field, and Stormy wants that King of America too, wants to get halfway close to the field. 5 laps remaining, defense behind Tom Sullivan at 85, Schrock in 3 is 4th. Gallardo and Jones battle for 2nd, and out and gone is Derek Ramirez in a 4R. Ramirez, Gallardo, Jones, and Shryock. Then we see Stormy Scott, the 85 car of Tom Tillotson, Rodney Sanders, in car 20. 71 of Nathan Cummins, Barry Schultz, into 90, and a 69 of Lucas Schott. Where's 12 at? Where's the last 12 cars? Which car's 12? Joey Jensen, final spot here tonight for the V2 car. Trying to get a little insurance if he can. And I don't know if there is. White flag, 1 to go. Greg Thatcher driving the wheels on that 91, as is Matt Dotson in the 88D. As we're coming to the checker flag to move 12 drivers onto the A main. First place will be Derek Ramirez, followed up by Vito Gallardo, Kelly Shryock, Stormy Scott, Ron Jones. Then you find Tom Tillotson Jr., Rodney Sanders, Jason Cummins, Lucas Schott, again to 69, and Matt Dotson in the 88D.
Last one to get there.
You want them to the scale?
And Joey Jensen in the V2.
Hey guys,
Those
go to
are
your
your
pits,
12
go to your
drivers.
pits, go to your pits.
Moving on here tonight, Greg Thatcher, Darren Fuquas, Harry
Racing,
Schultz.
so
And
have your
again,
stuff ready,
unfortunately,
please.
will not move on to that 10,000
Top 12
win in
cars
May.
on 4R G17 3 2S 77.